There are big news in the US AI industry. First, the core members of Musk team have left the company. Then Meta will make a big financial round. At the same time, a well-known American investor also issued a warning, claiming that AI bubble is about to break. The US stock market is facing a crisis, so has the US AI reached the crossroads? What impact will it have on the economy of the country? Let's analyze this video. In March, a lot of warnings about the US AI bubble were issued, especially by the legendary investor Jeremy Grantham. He said that the US stock market will soon face a serious adjustment, and the AI bubble problem will become more and more serious. It is very close to breaking, but the severity is far less serious than the 1989 Japanese economic bubble. After these warnings were issued, the US AI industry has indeed had major situations. First, almost all the core members of the xAI team of Musk, including three joint founders, John Guodong, Liu Haotian, and Dai Ziheng, have left. Musk, who has always been proud of this, had to publicly apologize. Then, the American tech giant Meta was reported to be preparing for a big financial round. More than 20% of employees will lose their jobs, with a total number of more than 160,000 people. At the same time, OpenAI and their key investors, YDTA, had a conflict. The AI of both sides' algorithms and projects were basically suspended. The US AI giants are in a crisis together. This also makes the outside world aware that the US AI bubble is really breaking. So, has the US AI reached the crossroads? What impact will it have on the economy of the country? To analyze these two questions, we need to understand the following situation. First, the US AI economy itself is out of the ghost economy of human society. Then, it creates a false prosperity that continues to grow in the name of GDP. Therefore, its rupture is inevitable. In fact, many people in the US who are involved in the AI field do not pay attention to the development of AI technology and have no relevant professional knowledge. They only care about what benefits this industry can bring to them. In addition, in order to fight for investment, US manufacturers are still continuing to create public opinion about raising AI, which completely takes the market's understanding of AI out of reality. Under this background, the real professional voice of the AI industry is buried. All kinds of information are full of the internet, and the trend has completely lost control. When the market began to price the technology in the fantasy, it was essentially encouraging investors to make mistakes. But we know that the US manufacturing industry is very hollow. The AI industry is soon facing a shortage of electricity resources. However, the market is too obsessed with AI, and investment has not stopped at all. This has caused the bubble of assets to continue to expand, and has caused a lot of pressure on other industries other than AI, which has caused irreversible damage. In other words, the excessive investment in AI in the US market has caused the country's economic downturn, which has pushed the economy to a systematic collapse. Second, the main participants in the US AI industry overexerted their energy and accelerated the severity of the AI bubble. Musk, as the richest man in the world, the most famous entrepreneur in the US, his situation is a typical example. In fact, there have been many problems with the companies under Musk, such as L5, Autonomous, and Optimus, which have not achieved much since the product has been delayed. This has also led to the continued expulsion of relevant companies, which has increased the problem.